Boom.
Boom.
We are live.
Hi, Hilo. He just put his cold nose on me. Hello.
I'm diving right into the building. We're making our first minifigs, I think.
Yay.
For this set.
Are there any more stickers?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Hey, Hilo.
Hi, buddy. Oh.
Put him right there.
You said you were making chairs?
I mean, they're like seats.
Little, like, hanger seats?
Yeah, it looks like we're building a bunch of seats for these 3 snowtroopers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we live?
I announced that we are live.
That's gotta be just my go-to opener for anything. I'm always like, what do I say when, like, as soon as I hit live? Are we live?
You say whatever your heart says.
Gotta make sure that everyone can hear us. I think so.
I made sure the microphones were on this time.
Yeah. Who's our stream sponsor today?
Blinks is our stream sponsor today. Thank you, Blinks.
Blinks. Thanks, Blinks. A wonderful patron. How's everyone doing? It's been a fun couple of days. We did something really fun yesterday that we can't talk about.
we filmed our April Fool's video for the year yesterday. And it was really fun. And I'm editing it now.
I'm so excited for you guys to see this year's April Fool's video. I was telling the POV crew about it, and they were like, oh, I don't know if you can top last year's, which was your audition tape video.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I think this might top it.
This is definitely more work than that. This is one of the most involved videos we've ever done, and I'm like, I can't believe the amount of work we put into something so dumb, but...
We spent like all day on it yesterday.
But I'm really happy with how it is looking. I hope everyone likes it. I think everyone will like it. Even if this weren't an April Fool's video, I'm just using April Fool's as an excuse to do something very dumb. But I think it is turning out good.
Can't wait. Plus, last April Fool's video, I was just behind the scenes helping you, and I didn't actually get to take part.
You were outside making sure Hilo wasn't making too much noise.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some super chats because we already got quite a few here. The Excel thing that we have with the super chats just doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah, I meant to look into that and I forgot. I thought I reset it, but I'll talk with Rain Man after this and see if we can figure it out.
He told me something that we have to do, but I can't remember.
I did something last week and we hoped that it would work, and Rain Man had already told me that it wasn't working, and I forgot about it today, so...
Well...
My bad.
I can just scroll up and chat. Ooh, and this was exactly something that I wanted to talk about. So if you're trying to avoid spoilers for the excerpt of the Shadow of the Sith book, you might not want to hear us talk about it, but...
It's just an excerpt.
I'm going to talk about it. And Guiguio has the first super chat of the night. Thank you. What did you think of the Shadow of the Sith cover and extract? Who could the mystery new character with the red lightsaber be? I'm really intrigued. Yeah, that excerpt that they posted, I saw Tom talking about it and said that it was like a much longer one that they normally post.
Yeah, it was a long excerpt.
And the author, Adam Christopher?
Adam Christopher, yes. I almost said Adam Ghost because his Twitter handle is Ghost Finder.
Adam Christopher is the author. And you said that he was going to write the Mandalorian book that got canceled.
Yes.
And I was like, upgrade, because then he got to work on this project. Kind Cover looks really neat. I like the stylized art, and the excerpt was bonkers. Basically, let me scroll down, and I don't think anyone's gonna be bothered by talking.
I think we can talk about
spoilers about the excerpt.
It came out today. If they want to avoid, they can mute us for 5 minutes, go read the excerpt.
Yeah. And the author did say, like, this was a tough excerpt to choose to put out from the book, but this is, like, just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to, like, the surprises in this book. So it's all about Luke, and he's on Tython, on top of the Seeing Stone, which is what we saw Grogu on.
So he still got to tie it into the Mandalorian somehow.
Yes. I'm glad, because Tython
yeah,
was really interesting. And
really cool choice.
I want to know more about it. But, so yeah, Luke is there. And he has this vision of Exegol. But, like, in the vision, he's there. He's, like, on Exegol. And there are all these, like, weird, kind of like ring wraith type characters.
There are even 9 of them.
Yeah, there's 9 of them. And they all have, like, red lightsabers, and he's just having this really trippy vision. And at the end of it, he sees, like, a Force ghost kind of standing in between him and them.
The Wraiths are going to take him down, but a Force ghost comes in and saves him.
Yeah. And at first he thinks it's Obi-Wan, but it turns out it's the Force ghost of Anakin, and they, like... He, like, takes his hand, and, like, that's the end of the excerpt. So I was like, what? Oh, man. I'm so excited. What do you think?
I think it's very cool. Yeah, I'm really excited, too, to get some more interaction between Luke and Anakin, which makes me wonder if they're not going to interact in the Ahsoka show.
Yeah.
It feels like if they were,
bummed,
then they would have saved. They wouldn't have done it in a book first, I guess. Mm-hmm. But the book will probably give us some insight. He might be like, it's been a long time since I've seen you. He might not say, like, oh, we're finally talking.
Mm-hmm. Ever since that one, well, I guess... I don't know what I was going to say. And then, yeah, so on the cover, it's him and Lando and a mysterious Sith?
The cover is intriguing. Kristen Baver described the character as a newcomer in the Star Wars news video today. So I don't think it's anyone we know. I saw someone on Twitter suggest it could be Snoke's apprentice before Ben, which I'm like, okay, that I could see that.
Hi, Pippin. Pippin has graced us with his presence.
He's just in the doorway like, am I going to come in? I'll decide. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that if it were Snoke's previous apprentice. I think that would be cool.
I don't think it's going to be like a big character reveal.
I don't think it's anyone we know. I just think it's a Sith acolyte or something.
Kind of like the leader of whatever these Wraith characters are or something.
Maybe. No idea. I would assume Sith. Because if he's from Exegol. If they're from Exegol. Don't know what they are yet.
Yeah. But when I first saw the cover, it kind of looked like... what's his name? Darth Nihilus?
A little,
but
guess.
I don't think that's him, but it's got some kind of like weird mask.
Yeah, the good old Sith mask.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to have a cool mask. Maybe it's a Knight of Ren?
Yeah, could be. Or maybe it could be like another kind of mask like Momin.
Yeah. Well, the Aftermath books talked a lot about masks, so it could be any number of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds really intriguing, and It's got a lot of people really pumped, and I'm really loving all of the comparisons to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they put an excerpt out so early. Like, it doesn't come out until end of June. We've got the Obi-Wan book, the Obi-Wan Anakin book, Brotherhood, comes out before that. And then there's a young adult book, I think, the Padawan book. I'm pretty sure that comes out before Secrets of the Shadow of the Sith as well. So
maybe they just really wanted to get some hype out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope that the Lord of the Rings comparisons are something that Adam Christopher keeps doing. Like, I would love to just get a weird, trippy fantasy style exploration into Exegol.
Mm-hmm. I've been really wanting to see more of Exegol and just learn more about it, so I'm excited for the potential of that. Anytime we can connect the sequel trilogy stuff to original trilogy stuff, it's exciting. Jane Dalton, thanks for the super chat. Can you name all of the Jedi survivors from the Geonosis arena right before Yoda arrives? Hint, there are 17. Let me pull up the list. This will be like the third or fourth time.
Probably like maybe even fifth. I don't remember.
We've done this.
Obi-Wan Anakin, Mace Windu, Saesee Tiin, Agent Kolo, not going to forget them this time, Kit Fisto.
My faves.
Ayla Secura, Stas Ali, Plo Koon, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Luminara Unduli, Boltar Swan, Sora Bulk, Joclad Danva, and then the ones that are crazy. Like, did I miss an obvious one?
Well, you've been counting. What are you at?
I'm at 14. And there are 3 left. I think I said Sora Bulk, Boltar Swan, Joclad Danva. I feel like those are the ones.
Yeah. So wait, are there 3 left?
Yes. Do only 2 look like they're really crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, who'd I forget? Obi-Wan Anakin Mace, Saesee Tiin, Agent Kolar, Kit Fisto, Ayla Secura, Plo Koon, Stas Ali, Ki-Adi-Mundi. Did I say Luminara Unduli already?
Mm-mm.
Luminara Unduli. Who am I forgetting that's obvious? Boltar Swan, Sora Bulk, Joclad Danva.
Now I'm like having trouble remembering which ones you said from this list. Well, okay, the 2 random ones that you're thinking of are Rothdel Masona.
Okay.
And Pterodoscon.
Okay.
And then, did you say Kit Fisto?
Yeah.
Did you say Ki-Adi-Mundi?
Yeah.
Saesee Tiin?
Yep.
Oh, Shakti.
Damn it!
You keep forgetting Shakti. And I keep, like, just reading over her name, like, yeah, he said that one.
All right. Shakti. How am I going to remember her? Hi, Pippin.
You're shocked that she's still there.
Uh-huh. Well, here he is.
Pippin! Hello. Oh, little meows. Pippin. Oh, so cute.
He's like, I had dinner, now I want cuddles. Stop what you're doing and pay attention to me.
He came over to me and he was like, pass.
He'd rather step on Legos.
Please tell me you guys heard his little meow.
Meow.
There we go.
I'm sorry, I stopped petting you. Pippin, I'm working.
We've got a little...
I'm working right now.
We've got a little blooper reel in the works for the April Fool's Day video. Blooper reel / behind the scenes reel, which is going to be available on Patreon. And Pippin has a little moment in it. Hi. Hi. Oh, gotta censor your butthole again. You want in my lap?
Oh.
I've got shorts on, and your claws are pretty sharp right now, so. Oh, now I got cat hair in my lipstick.
Okay.
He must really be craving some attention.
Yeah. All right. Come here. Let's... Long cat. All right.
Oh. He's so fluffy.
Let's see if I can keep building this. You don't have to be on the table, Pippin. It's like, I want to be on all the bits.
Now he just wants chaos, I think. Oh. Yeah.
What are you doing in here? You guys are always in here.
Someone noticed your haircut.
Thank you. Good old great clips.
He gets those necessary haircuts that literally are just to get the hair out of his face.
Yep. My hair's easy. It looks good no matter what I do with it.
Oh, God.
Right, Pippin. You just want to stand in front of me and accept pets.
Well, you're getting better at the Jedi question.
I'm getting closer every time.
Next up, we've got a super chat from John Thrower. Thanks so much, John. Hi, bit of trivia about where I live, Wales. A few miles from me is the town Pembroke Dock, where the full-size Millennium Falcon for Empire was built. Soon a new exhibition will open here to tell that story.
That's cool.
That is cool. I had no idea.
Pippin, you're going to knock a bunch of stuff over, aren't you? You're just going to...
This is crazy. He never comes up here when we're doing this particular stream. That is really cool. Pembroke Dock. I want to go to Wales. Let's go.
Yeah, we should go to all those countries over in that country.
Oh.
According to... How many countries are in this country?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been to a couple of places in Europe, but still haven't been to most
of it.
Most of it. And yeah, we keep saying that we need to go to like London, something like an easy access point back into
traveling
across the sea. It's because, I mean, still a lot of COVID restrictions around the world, so some places we want to save for when things are a lot more open. Yeah, take the Pinewood tour. I'd love to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to do that.
And go to Skellig Michael Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Although I've heard that it got kind of trashed when people found out about it, and a lot of people started going there, and it just... I don't know if you can still go there or not, but...
I think you can.
Can't have anything nice.
All right, Pippin, I guess that's okay. He's just sitting... I don't know if... Yeah, you can't see him. He's just sitting on the edge of the table, but still kind of in my way.
He's pouting. Gargantuan buttocks. Thank you for the super chat. Just curious, have you guys seen THX 1138 or American Graffiti? I absolutely love American Graffiti and very curious about the movies George Lucas would have made if Star Wars flopped.
Yes to both. And I only very recently saw THX. If you caught my video maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago, about why the droid arc, D-Squad in the Clone Wars, why that's his favorite arc. And he said in an interview that it's like THX in space. So I was like, I'm going to watch THX and figure this out. Weird movie. Super weird. I wasn't into it. I do really like American Graffiti, though. That is a good movie. It is very, like teenage coming of age comedy drama. I don't know. I saw it in college, and I remember really, really liking it.
I don't think I've seen either of these.
THX, I don't know. That was not for me. That was weird. And he wanted it to be like, that's the kind of movie George Lucas likes making. He likes making weird stuff. And then all of his friends were like, maybe you should do something more commercial, George. And he did American Graffiti, knocked it out of the park. It did really well. And then he did Star Wars, and obviously that went well. And what's kind of a bummer is that, and I talk about this in the video, but reading through a lot of these behind-the-scenes books I've been reading, he was planning to use Star Wars as just a launching pad to make weird stuff. Where he's like, now I can make the movies that I really want to make. And he's like, I don't have to worry about finding funding. I have the funding, so I'll make something weird, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't break the box office records. But he never really did that. And that was his plan, to kind of give Star Wars movies to all of his friends, and he would produce them, and he'd still profit from it, and he would just make weird stuff. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish he... Even if I don't think I would have dug everything he made, I kind of wish he had followed through on that and just made all the weird things that he wanted to make.
Yeah, would have been cool.
Instead, I think he focused on technology. He just put his focus somewhere else and still, like, changed cinema multiple times over.
Yeah, Brad Monasteer in chat said, Pablo says that THX, American Graffiti, and A New Hope were George's original trilogy.
No, that's true. And he says exactly that in Making of Star Wars. He says they're all about basically the same thing, just from different viewpoints. THX is about being an adult and taking responsibility for your actions. He says they're all about taking responsibility for your actions. THX is about doing that as an adult. American Graffiti is about doing it as like a late high school, college age person, and Star Wars is about doing it as a 12-year-old teenager kind of entering that world. But
12?
They're all thematically about the same thing.
12-year-old?
I mean, Luke's not 12, but that's what he wanted the movie to be for 12-year-olds.
Turns out it was for everyone.
Yeah, he made it accessible to everyone. But in his mind, it was for 12-year-olds growing up into Luke's age, and like, what can you expect, and how should you behave?
Pippin's like, okay, I'm back. Are you guys done yet?
Pippin says, you sounded really pretentious just then.
Ooh, Pippin. I'm getting a little skittish.
Don't get skittish around the legs, Pippin. No, oh, come on. He just walked up and knocked a piece on the floor, like, so casually. He just, meh. What even was that? Oh, it's a chair. All right.
Pippin, you monster.
There's some pieces down here I don't even recognize.
And he's gone again. Whoop. He's just gonna stand in the doorway and meow at us. It's like he wants second dinner. It's not
Sure
how this
he does.
It's not how this works, Pippin. J Bell, thank you so much for your super chat. Did George Lucas also plan to kill off Luke's Jedi Academy? Lucas also planned to have him in hiding, right?
We don't know, really. As far as I know, he did intend to have Luke in hiding in Episode 8 at some point. He's also said a bunch of different things about his sequel trilogy, and it's hard to reconcile all of it. But it's kind of like if you go into the development of the first Star Wars, like, there are a ton of different ideas he threw around, and none of it got solidified until he was like even editing the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think George has said that you make 3 movies: the movie that you write, the movie you shoot, and then the movie you edit, and it's constantly changing. So yeah, he has said that he had the thought in his head that Luke would be in hiding, very much like he is in The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, and that a young girl was going to come and kind of pull him out of that. And he's also at one point said that Luke would have died in Episode 8. But he said a million things about Star Wars over the years, so I don't want to like pretend any of that was concrete.
Mm-hmm.
But he has definitely said that. And if that were the case, then yeah, I assume he wouldn't have started his Jedi Academy, or it would have fallen apart. He's also said something about how Luke would have met up with other Order 66 survivors, which everyone was like, hold on. So, like, Luke super wasn't the last of the Jedi, like Yoda said.
Sure.
It's like, George does not care about the mythology of his universe or, like, the lore. He just wants to tell a story that means something.
Or about, keeping things in the timeline canon with other information.
Yeah. He's just like, this is the story I want to tell. How do I tell it? And someone's probably like, well, George, you said this in your other movie. And he's like, don't care.
Don't care. Do what I want.
This is the movie. I'm George Lucas. Do what I want.
I do what I want. Yeah. That's his
catchphrase. I'm sure it was.
In his high school senior picture, that's what it says underneath.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. And yeah, and he should be able to. We're the ones, the fans are the ones that are like piecing every little thing together and, creating things like Wikipedia that now people are obsessed with checking to see if every little thing lines up perfectly, and if it doesn't, they lose their minds.
And it's hard to reconcile that with myself, because I am one of those people that I want it all to be nice and neat. I want it all to make sense, but it very often doesn't. So I'm just like, all right, let it go. Mm-hmm. When it makes sense, when it lines up, when Cobb Vanth and Black Chrysanthemum come on screen, like, I love it. And I'll just ignore the contradictions. Not ignore them, but try to make them fit.
Hilo. What's you grilling at? Someone early in the chat, let me see if I can find it. Tompkins said, does Pippin want you to build a cat? And I thought that was a funny joke.
I'm sure he does. He's like, this doesn't look enough like me. It's too tall.
0 out of 10. Would not pet as a cat.
It's too heavy to push over.
Yeah. Well.
Don't try.
Yeah, it's too heavy for him to push over.
If he stood on his hind legs and
just
walked into it, he probably could.
Declan O'Keefe, thank you so much for your super chat. I just finished my complete canon comic read, having recently read every Legends comic for the first time. What is your favorite comic from both canon and Legends?
Ooh.
That's a impressive feat.
Yeah, that's a lot of comics.
That is a lot of comic books. I wish I read them more regularly. I just have never really gotten into the comics. There's still a lot of the different comic series that I really want to get into. Speaking of, I want to read Charles Soule's Vader one before Kenobi comes out.
It's a good idea. You should do that. And that would be my top canon choice, I think. That was every month almost I was picking that as my story of the month in the canon update. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I will go with Darth Vader for that. Legends, I think I'll go with Crimson Empire. That's the one I have the most fond memories of. Maybe Shadows of the Empire, but Crimson Empire was like a lot of the comics did this actually, but in my phase where I wanted Star Wars to be a little more brutal and darker and stuff like that. Crimson Empire scratched that itch, so I think I'll. But they're like
so if people are looking for a darker, gritty Star Wars story, they could check that out.
Crimson Empire is super fun. I haven't revisited it in a while. I don't really know if it holds up, but I liked it as a kid. And kind of the same for Dark Empire, but even as, like, that's what I always say, that even as a kid, I didn't like Palpatine coming back. But I did like the art style a lot. There are specific frames in that one, too, that I just vividly remember. Like, my friend Chris and I, another huge Star Wars fan who grew up down the street, and he had a lot of the comics and a lot of reference. Honestly, all of this is partially Chris's fault, because he had a lot of reference books that I didn't, so I would just go down and like pore over everything with him, and we talked about Star Wars every day on the bus. So
he had reference books?
Yeah, like the essential guide to Star Wars characters or vehicles or planets, and they were so much fun to look through. I know Pippin.
Was all that stuff his, or was any of it like his dad's?
The reference books were his. I think the comics were his dad's. His dad had a pretty big comic collection. I
can't remember if you guys got to... Hi, Pippin. If you guys got to chat a whole lot about how you guys got into Star Wars, but I was just about to say, well, we should have Chris on the channel sometime, but he's been on the channel.
That's true.
So if you search Jedi Power Battles in like the little search engine on our YouTube homepage, you can find him and Chris playing Jedi Power Battles together, which was just
super fun. I mean, we played that game constantly when it came out and never beat it as kids. And that was kind of when I think it was the first gaming series I did on the channel, and I was like, Chris, come over for a night and we will beat Jedi Power Battles real quick. We'll knock it out. And
real quick.
It was so hard, mostly because it's not a good game. Like, mechanically, it's a bad game. The camera's garbage. The controls are not good. And I'm like, man, we loved this game as kids. Like, what happened? But we did beat it eventually. It took 2 nights and several hours.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
And you guys were like, this is a terrible game. Everything about it is terrible.
I still have very fond memories of it, though. Just because we played it so much.
Good stuff. Before I read the next one, Hot Rod in the chat wants to know if this is worth the $800 so far.
It's a fun set. I don't think it's gonna match up to like the Falcon, which I think is the same cost.
Yeah.
The Falcon, I'm like, I look at that, I'm like, yeah,
that is an impressive looking set. This one might be impressive when it's fully built and you can open it and see all the little guys inside, but compared to the Falcon...
And I don't remember how many parts that one was, but I feel like that was a lot more parts. It took a long time to build. This one, I feel like I was trying to push myself to build that, and it still took 16 weeks. I'm much more casually building this, and it's still going to take 16 weeks, but I feel like I'm just going through it. I'm able to chat a little more. I'm still making mistakes, but I can fix them. So I don't know. It does seem a little overpriced in my opinion, but I don't know how they price these things.
Yeah, I don't either. It just... When we first got it, I was like, oh, yay, another set of nothing but gray.
Big gray.
A big gray set to go with our other big gray sets. That's just where my mind goes when I see these.
It's cool. Like, I'm enjoying building it. The legs are really neat. I will say that there are a lot of internal components that are pretty cool about how you can pose it and all that stuff. So, in that way, it's different from the Falcon. But... as just a display piece, I'm like, if you got $800, get the Falcon instead.
Like, if I had kids and I was building this, and and I thought that they would want to play with it, to get my money's worth, I would glue everything together except for
you'd
the
go full-on villain from the Lego movie.
Yes, I would glue everything except for like the moving parts together so it was a little more sturdy. And then like how cool would this be for a kid to play with
Sure.
and like recreate the battle path and all that. And then Lego just released a couple of new sets. The Luke training on Dagobah and the Trench Run both look really cool.
There is a rumored BD1 set. I keep seeing people talk about that. I need to actually look into that rumor.
We can replace our little janky
I love that
homemade
one.
Well, it's just really fragile.
It's fragile, yeah. It falls apart just because they're like 3D printed unofficial bricks, but it still looks great.
The Craggle, yes, I would get the Craggle out.
Oh, from the movie.
Yeah. And go full villain, I guess. I wouldn't be a villain to my kids who are playing with this awesome set.
Unless they wanted to do something creative with it.
But they're not going to do that with the $800 set.
You'd be creative with the $20 set.
Yeah. Too Fab, thanks for the super chat. Just want to share my frustrations as a Brazilian with y'all, where this set costs freaking $10K, which is equal to 9 minimum wages. LOL, I hate them taxes. I might never be able to get one of these AT-ATs. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
That is weird. I mean, like, Lego's already an international company.
I know, that's strange.
I guess it's all down to taxes, like they say. Well, that sucks.
I am sorry, that does suck. Deidre Russell, thanks for the super chat. Also, thanks for hanging out in our Fallen Order streams. They say, I need to limit my super chats, so I'm loading the dishwasher while watching. Put the phone down, Deidre. Halcyon in 7 days. Wish I could take y'all along. Ooh,
well,
cool.
Have fun.
I'm jealous.
I like your characters that you've made. I think that's a really fun idea. I saw someone. This is cool. And Deidre, I will be interested to hear if you have a similar experience. But someone that I was following on Twitter went to the Halcyon. They made a whole backstory for their character, and they were trying to roleplay the whole time. And I don't know if it was... I think what they said was people at the Halcyon or someone, they were following them and their thread on Twitter and keeping up with their character. So then people in the hotel, like the
Working
staff,
there?
would come up and talk to them about their character. And I think what they said was he was like, I hadn't told anyone about my character, but I was tweeting about it. And so someone in the marketing department was like, here, go talk to that guy about this.
Oh my gosh.
Which I'm like, that's pretty sick.
That's so smart. Yeah, like if you are there and like they give you like a special hashtag to use or something on your social media posts, and then have the staff go and look at just glance at some of the stuff, and if you recognize anyone there and see if they're role playing, that would be awesome.
I don't want to be quoted on that. I might not have that specifically right. Maybe they did talk to someone about their character and they just remembered it, but I feel like they said that they had to have found out from their Twitter feed and nothing else. And I'm like, that is a level of work that surprises me.
I don't think any executive was behind that. I think some of the staff probably like overheard them talking about it, and they themselves like went and looked it up and found it, and that's cool.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there is someone whose job it is to like keep an eye on Halcyon posts.
If not, it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great idea. That instantly made me impressed.
I will be interested to if we ever go, when we go, whenever that might be, like, yeah, if you go and really get into character and just role play the whole time, depending on how interactive the other staff members are that are there, that's gonna sell it for me.
I agree.
Because, like, getting to talk to people in Batuu about Batuu, it was just really fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because that's one of the reasons why Disney is a step above so many other, like, theme parks. Because the people working there are, you know, they go through rigorous training and they just take it a couple of notches above everyone else in the game to make things feel really interactive. And there's definitely downfalls to that, like, for the people working at Disney. I know it can be frustrating because, you know, they're not allowed to break character for, like, just about any reason.
Yeah.
But still cool. Ken Plume, thanks Ken for the super chat. Wanted to celebrate Alex's win in his first ever Fortnite match. Looking forward to playing trios with Molly next time. Ooh.
Yeah, so Tuesday, I played my first game of Fortnite with Ken on his Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Ken Plume. And I didn't have any fancy costumes. He had Black Chrysanthemum and Boba Fett to throw in my face and brag about. But we decided that my character looked a lot like Dr. Aphra. Anyway, we played one, like, Team Rumble, and then we played one actual Battle Royale duos game. And our team won, and then we won as a duo. So I have won 100% of my Fortnite games. My career is exploding right now.
Amazing. I would be such garbage at that. I mean, I'd give it a try, but it's really hard for me to multitask. If you've seen me playing any video game, which you can see me play Jedi Fallen Order on Tuesdays and also sometimes Fridays. Tomorrow we're going to stream it some more. Yeah, multitasking in video games is not my specialty.
I mean, I did all right because I knew Battle Royales. I'd played Battle Royales before, but I was unfamiliar with Fortnite and most of its mechanics.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to dance.
Oh, that's half the fun for Fortnite, isn't it?
I guess.
Or at least for us, it's like, I don't know, learning that some of our friends know the dances in real life and then being like, teach me.
Oh, yeah, we do have some younger friends who know those dances, and I am amazed by it, I will say.
Doomslayer in the chat asked how my neck was doing. Thanks, Doomslayer. It's okay. It's still not 100%, but I think I pinched a nerve or something in my neck a couple days ago, and it's been really bugging me. I got this. I don't have it in here, and I joked about wearing it on stream, but it's pretty hard to move around in it. But it's like this inflatable neck thing that kind of like stretches your neck out a bunch. Hi, Pippin. And I really like it, but I don't have it here with me.
Just trying to knock pieces off again.
2Fab has another super chat. Thank you. What will be Ice Cube's and his son's roles on the Kenobi series? I'm very intrigued about it.
I don't think Ice Cube is in it, but his son is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson.
Did I not know that? I must not have.
It was announced in the cast list.
Oh, I guess I haven't looked at the full cast list that got announced a long time ago.
If Ice Cube is in it, that's news to me.
That would be cool.
Yeah, good question. Because the trailer, the teaser. I think that the trailer will probably give us more answers. It'll give us questions too. I can't talk today. For some reason, I'm guessing Kumail Nanjiani is that droid from the teaser. Something about it, I was like, I can hear Kumail's voice coming out of that. Yeah.
Ned the droid, yeah. That sounds right.
But yeah, we haven't seen a lot of the characters. A lot of the actors that were announced were not shown. So I have no idea.
I prefer that to be the case, though. I'd be happy if we didn't get any more trailers. I don't think that's the case, but
the fact that they called it a teaser trailer, I'm like, all right, they're gonna give us another one, and I want another one.
J-Bell, thanks for another super chat. I'm going to my first celebration on Sunday. Celebration? Convention?
Con?
I don't care about autographs or super long wait panels. What tips do you have for what I should focus on?
I guess it depends on what the con is, but we're always very much in the people watching camp.
Yeah. Well, that's something special, I think, for Dragon Con, because
there's always cool cosplays.
There's so many people in costume there that it's really fun to just like pick a spot and sit or stand and just kind of people watch. But depending on what kind of convention it is, a lot of times, you know, go to the smaller panels that don't have long lines, because they can be really entertaining and really fun, and you can a lot of the times talk to the panelists after the panel is over or just before it begins. And yeah, those are a lot of fun.
That's what I was going to say. Agreed. Go to smaller panels because they're really neat. I went to that Bar 2D2 panel like on a whim while everyone else was napping at Dragon Con. I was like, I'm just going to go downstairs and walk into the first panel that I find that has seats. And I did that, and it was super fun. It was people that built a bartending robot they called Bar 2D2, and it was like you would pick what drink you want, and it had all the liquors inside, and it would make it and serve it to you. And it was super cool and interesting. So just find something small and fun that you think you might enjoy, and don't wait in a huge long line.
Oh, I think they're talking about they're going Sunday to Celebration.
Oh, okay. Just Sunday. Gotcha.
I think so, yeah.
Well, then, I mean, the advice still stands.
Still stands, yeah.
You're not going to have to wait in long lines at Celebration because they have the lottery system.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll apply to get into potentially one of the bigger panels, and if you get a lottery number, then you get to go right in, I think. I don't remember waiting in the line.
Something like that, yeah. But definitely, I love spending time in the exhibit hall where people are like selling stuff, and that's also where Pippin, no. That's also where you can a lot of times meet a lot of the authors and talk to them, and you could get some books signed.
Yeah, you can totally get autographs and pictures without having to pay for them if you go to the author booths.
Yeah, I love just walking, doing laps around the exhibit hall and just checking out all the cool stuff and talking to people. I'm so excited.
I mean, that's pretty much what we do. If we're not recording anything, reporting on news, it's like, well, let's just go to the exhibitor hall and walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super fun. And there's still plenty of people watching to be done at Celebration.
Mm-hmm. Brian Evans, thank you for your super chat. Did you see the picture of Cameron Monaghan with Cal's lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge? Are they teasing something? I did see the picture. I don't think they're teasing anything, but I do think it's cool that he went and got to like make his own lightsaber and took pictures and did all that.
I don't think he got to make it.
Well,
it's just one of the ones you can buy now.
He did. They did have pictures of him at Savvy's workshop.
Oh, did they?
Choosing a lightsaber crystal. I don't know what he actually chose, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know that they're specifically teasing anything. It might nicely line up with the fact that we're probably going to learn more about Star Wars Jedi 2 at Celebration.
Yeah.
If rumors are to be believed, which I'm hoping they are,
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they probably were just like, the fans voted for this lightsaber to be there, so let's just fly Cameron out. And or if it was, I think he lives in LA, so it was just like, let's bus Cameron over.
What if he just happened to... Oh, Pippin! I wish that was on camera.
Just violently attacking my pieces.
I think he knocked some down.
All right.
Yeah. What if he was just at Disneyland that day? And just coincidence.
Maybe. I do want that lightsaber. Like, we have the one from Fallen Order, but I want one you can put a blade in.
Mm-hmm.
So next time we're down there, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, there's another chair down there, I think, or something.
I'll get it.
Oh, a new Lego Star Wars trailer just dropped.
Oh, really?
Not surprised.
It's probably another, like, gameplay something or other.
Oh, he's just... You can just barely see him in the corner over there, just watching, waiting for his moment to strike.
Yeah, waiting for the next time he decides randomly to knock a bunch of stuff on the ground.
Lightspeed Bear, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Hey guys, feeling very rough with COVID. First time catching it. Oh, that sucks.
I'm sorry.
Watching the stream and building Lego is helping though, so thanks. Also, booked my trip to Celebration. 10-hour flight from London. Can't wait.
Whew. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought.
10 hours?
I would have guessed more.
Yeah.
That's not so bad. Stop it, Pippin.
That sucks. I'm sorry you have COVID, but wishing you a quick recovery.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see you at Celebration.
Yeah. Yeah. We really gotta plan a meetup or something.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, but gotta do something about it. Jedi Array, thanks for the super chat. With Fallen Order 2 being rumored to be announced soon, what worlds/characters would you like to appear? We were just kind of talking about this, and also we kind of talked about it in the Q&A that we filmed today.
Did we? Yeah, I guess we did.
Kinda.
We did. You're right.
In a roundabout way, but what
it's
worlds...
the Q&A question of the week.
Yeah. What worlds/characters would you like to appear? Well, depends on if it's going to be the same characters. I would love a more focused game of Marin. I haven't even met Marin yet.
I like that you know.
In the game, I haven't even met her yet, but I just am so excited, and I have said before that I want to see more Night Sister stuff, period.
She is awesome. Like, I
want to play as her. Pippin.
What?
Pippin, don't eat it. Don't eat the Legos. Oh my god, it's so cute though.
It's not a treat, Pippin. Like, I remember so vividly playing Fallen Order at the point where she joins the crew, or she's thinking about it, and I'm like, come with us. Like, I was just, please come with us, you're so cool. And she says, I'll come with you. And I was just like alone in my office like, yes, I love this game. So good, Pippin.
But okay, so if it's totally different stuff, like if it's a different story with different characters, different worlds, is there anything you want to see?
I expect that whatever they do, it's gonna be another 50-50 split of new stuff and old stuff. So I think I'd like a more city-ish planet, not necessarily like a Coruscant. Nar Shaddaa would be really cool. That's another city planet, but I would like to wander an actual city instead of another just outer rim, little villages here or there.
It'd be cool to see a spot like, what was the planet in Mandalorian where he went and saw that fight?
Yeah.
Whatever that planet was. Or to be able to go to a place like the ring, not the ring, but like the little half ring place where we got to
that would
see.
be awesome.
Oh, that would be cool.
And even the Ring of Kafrene would also be cool. Mm-hmm. I like that. But yeah, the ring from the Mandalorian episodes of Book of Boba Fett. I would love that. That's a good one.
Pippin, everyone loves your yawn. Keep doing that. You're cute. What else was I gonna say? Oh, this isn't a world or a character, but I hope that we get some more character customization in the future. I remember before we really knew much about the first game, I remember talking about how I wished that you could pick your race if you wanted to be a human or an alien species, and you could pick your, if you wanted to be male, female, non-binary, something like that. If you could just customize the character a little bit more, which I realize is very hard to do, because then they have to model that character for the entire game. But something, some more ponchos, maybe.
I did ask them about that, and their answer was that they were specifically telling like the story of Cal Kestis, so they wanted it to be this one character. Mm-hmm. But I know that video games, that's huge. Of the whole point is to put yourself in the story, which is why people love Revan so much.
Ooh,
is because you can customize Revan, and Revan is you.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I just thought of this. So in Jedi Fallen Order, you keep flashing back to this dojo where young Cal is training with his master. What if just those flashbacks were customizable as a training area that's a different mode of the game?
That'd be cool.
Just a training dojo, literally, where you can go and practice, which would really help me out a lot if I could just go somewhere and practice the moves without being in the game. But that would be really cool, because you could do stuff like that in fighting games. So
yeah,
that'd be cool.
There is technically after you beat the game, you unlock a combat thing that I guess you could go in and practice in.
Oh, Iron Elephant Productions, thank you, in the chat, says your channel art looks great. Thanks.
Have you seen the new channel art?
Oh, I thought they were talking about the Book of Boba. No, I haven't seen the new. I assumed we were gonna get new channel art for Kenobi.
Yeah, it's been up for a week or two now.
Oops.
I keep meaning to tell you about it.
Tell me. I don't know what goes on here. Oh, that is cool.
I don't even know.
Wow.
What did I just do? I don't know.
I don't know if this is just in mobile, but is
It's just in mobile.
Okay.
On the desktop, you can see the whole thing.
I was like, the faces are a little cut off, but yeah, it looks good.
All right.
Mr. D. Cypher, thanks for the super chat. Is it crazy to say I want to explore Tatooine more? Not crazy at all. I think what's cool about Tatooine now is that every time we see it, we're like, oh yeah, Tatooine, desert planet, whatever. But every time they show it, they kind of give you a little more insight about what it's like there, and what, in Book of Boba Fett, we got to see so much cool stuff on Tatooine, the mods being there and them talking about what it's like to be in the worker district, and then we got to see the different crime families that are kind of in charge of different things on Tatooine. I think there's still a lot to explore there. As far as, for me, I'd like to know more just about the people that are there.
I certainly don't think it's crazy. It's personally something that I'm over, but Tatooine was, the first alien planet we ever saw in Star Wars. So I understand why people love it and want to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like you say, there's always something new that they can, as long as it's not the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. And plus we got so much just A+ content about the Tusken Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be so cool to see more about them from years and years and years ago, like maybe even when Tatooine had water, like when the planet looked completely different. I would love to get more Tusken Raider history.
Great point. Like, yeah, I was kind of rolling my eyes that the Book of Boba Fett was going to be all on Tatooine, but yeah, all of that stuff with the Tusken Raiders I was obsessed with, so there's always something new to learn. All right, Pippin finally left.
Pippin was tired of RBS and ran off.
Cute, but stressful.
J-Bell, thanks for another super chat. What would have happened if Sauron got back the One Ring, and why is it so bad? Does he get any additional power besides just having his body back? This is a great question. I love when we can explore other fandoms.
Also a question for Ashton more than me, because I'm honestly like, you know what, I don't really know. I mean, yeah, he would have been like at his most powerful again, which I guess is already like bad enough. I don't know what the One Ring would have done for him other than that, like, especially since the dwarves lost all theirs. He already had the ring wraiths. I think the elves were outside of his control. I can't recall. I feel like Ashton told me that once. So I think it would have brought him back, and then like that alone is just terrible, because it took a last alliance of elves and men and a lot of fighting, and the movies don't really do that justice. That was like the last battle of a huge fight. So I think it was just like if Sauron's back, we're in a lot of trouble, and a lot of people are going to die.
Deep poodoo.
We're in poodoo. But honestly, I don't know. And the next time I see Ashton, which might be tomorrow, I'll ask him.
You sit in big juju now. Miranda here said Sauron is the One Ring.
I mean, I think that's kind of true.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, I'm still very much looking forward to the new Amazon show, and can't wait to talk about it with Ashton on our other channel. Yay! We might be doing some Moon Knight coverage too over on the Malik's channel.
We are definitely doing some Moon Knight coverage next week. I'll say that.
Bakey in the chat said, by the time of Return of the King, Sauron already had his body back, but he couldn't leave the tower.
I think that's a yes in the books, no in the movies. Which they almost did in the movies, which would have been cool. I like the way that they were going to present Sauron. They were going to do the whole seems fairer but feels fouler thing. They were going to have Sauron appear as like this angelic form and try to tempt Aragorn, which is one of those, God, I love those behind the scenes featurettes for Lord of the Rings, when he is like walking out in front of all the people and he has this confused look on his face and he turns back and he says for Frodo, like all of that was supposed to be him seeing Sauron, and Sauron is like promising him something, and he walks out and then turns around and he's like for Frodo and goes to attack Sauron, and then he was supposed to fight Sauron, and then they overwrote that with that big troll instead.
Oh, boo.
It's like that would have been against the books, but it also would have been kind of sick.
Yeah. We gotta do our Lord of the Rings rewatch at some point. Psychopather, thanks for the super chat. Hey Alex, did you learn anything new from the Tempest Runner script book?
I haven't read it.
Haven't looked at it.
I have not gone back through it, and I need to, because I know that I will retain... Yeah, it's up there.
Oh yeah, because when we got it, I was like...
That's a big boy.
Whoa, that's a big book, but it's literally like... It's written out in the form of a script,
It's still probably a pretty fast read.
Yeah.
But no, I have not had a chance to go back through it.
It's great cover art, though.
I'm sure I will retain a lot more from it when I do, though. I like the audio dramas, but I prefer books. I just don't... I have a hard time focusing when it's just listening. I need to have the words in front of me. Mm-hmm. So I guess I could do that. Just listen to it again and read the script.
Officially unofficial geek in the chat. Always extended release cut.
Yeah.
We don't own the theatrical cut anymore, and we never will. It's garbage.
I don't like... I certainly don't mind that. Yeah, I know. I would kind of be interested to watch them again, actually, at some point. Just to... I don't even remember what was added and what wasn't. I think I could pick it out while I was watching it. But I loved the theatrical versions when I saw them in theaters. So nothing against them.
Well, we didn't know that there were anything different at the time.
No. Well, once they did it for Fellowship, and then we knew it would be different going forward, that there would be extended editions for all of them.
RC Scorch, thank you so much for your super chat. What are your favorite / top quote-unquote unknowns or no answer questions related to Star Wars?
Oh, man. I feel like we get a bunch of those questions all the time.
And now we can't think of any specifically. I mean, I like the fact that we still don't know a whole lot about the Mortis stuff. I don't know if that counts as an answer for this, but like, there's still a lot of unknown things about the mother, the daughter, or wait,
the father,
the daughter, the son. Was there a mother? I can't remember.
There was in Legends. In Legends, it was Abeloth.
That's right, yeah. So, like, all that stuff.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a question we get where I'm just like, no clue. Like, who was... I feel like one just came up the other day. And I thought it was a good question, but I was like, we don't know.
I mean, some of the best questions we get and talk about on the Q&As are no-answer questions, because the reason why they're good questions is because of the conversation that they spark, not necessarily like, this has a definite answer. Good boy, Hilo. Good boy.
Maybe something about Obi-Wan and Satine and like, what did they do for a year on the run?
Yeah, just like little gaps where there is no information. I wish I could think of a good one, though. Unknowns or no answer questions.
Chat might have some suggestions that pop up.
Kieran Spores says, biggest mystery, does Yaddle and Grogu speak differently to Yoda?
That's the second you said Yaddle, I was like, wait, yes, that's a good one. Because in that book, Out of the Shadows, we see Yaddle during the High Republic, and she speaks perfect grammar.
Yeah.
And I was like, this raises so many questions. And so, yeah, I think my favorite question that we do not have an answer to is, does Yoda talk like a weirdo? Like, is that how...
Is Yoda just trying to be cool and different?
Did Yoda mess up how he spoke on his first day and was just like, well, that's how I talk now.
This is who I am now.
This is my life.
They said that maybe we'll find out in the Lego game if Yaddle speaks or Grogu.
That's true. Yeah, Yaddle's a playable character.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good one. Mary Ann Flagstar, thank you so much for your super chat. Hi guys, love your channel and Alex's love for Biggs. Since Garrick Hagon will be at a Star Wars convention here in Germany next week,
Ooh.
I was wondering, have you ever met him? And if yes, what was it like? Alex is like, have I? I have proof.
He was wonderful. This was Star Wars Celebration 2017.
I'm trying
focusing?
to get
Might need
around
to hide your face.
the glare. Yeah, I think it's focusing. Focus. I think it's focused.
I think you got it. He was great. A little bit surprised by me telling him that Biggs was my favorite character, but took it all in stride, and he wasn't the person with the longest line at the convention, so
He was super nice.
yeah, like he was so jazzed to just talk and hang out.
You could have asked him about being in Batman too.
Yeah, I didn't. I just talked about Star Wars with him.
Was sure.
And
But
try not to fumble over my words.
He's one of those people that, go to conventions and they're just like super nice. They're just like a regular person, but they have fun when they go to stuff like that. And yeah, I'm sure you made his day by saying Biggs was your favorite character.
Well, I showed up with my big shirt on, and
I wonder if anybody ever asks him about you specifically. If anyone meets him and they're like, sometimes I watch Star Wars Explained videos and he loves Biggs. And he's like, oh yeah. We're going to get a restraining order in the mail one day.
But yeah, if you want to meet him, I couldn't recommend it enough. He was super cool.
Yeah. But that's really cool. Have fun at the convention. I'm jealous. I wish I was going to that. Maybe next time I'll meet him as well, because I can't remember what I was doing. Or maybe at the time I was still too embarrassed to like meet celebrities. But I did do that for Sarah.
That's the same year we met Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah. I had to do that. I couldn't say no because I was like, I'm never going to get another opportunity to meet her at a convention because she doesn't really go to conventions. So I met her, quote unquote. Like, I got to say hi to her and I said happy belated birthday and we took a picture and that was it. They were like, all right, next.
Get out of here.
And I was like so bummed, but still glad I did it. John Thrower, thank you so much for your super chat. Follow-up fact. Lin-Win Brennan's Lucasfilm Executive VP mom was also from Pembroke Dock. I will shut up about Pembroke Dock now. That's cool.
I don't know who that person is.
Pembroke Dock has a fruitful Lucasfilm history.
All right, Pippin, where did you throw all the chairs? Missing 2, I think.
Oh, Pippin
Oh, no,
probably
I'm not.
took
No, I'm
one
not.
with him. A Marvel nerd in the chat said, I'll never forget when you guys were streaming with Sam and he did the famous Kenobi scream from Rebels. One of the best things ever. Oh, yeah. I can't believe he did that. And I had like a surreal like out of body moment when he did that. And I was like, are we really doing this right now? We're streaming a video game with Katie Sackhoff and Sam Witwer, and he's quoting the Sith code and like doing the Kenobi scream.
That's what I was going to bring up.
He read the Sith code in Maul's in all the voices.
He went from the Son to Maul to Palpatine, I think.
Oh man, chills. And I remember even Katie Sackhoff, when he did it, she was like, chills. I think you have that clipped, don't you?
Yes.
So they can find it in the channel.
Yeah. Or if you just like Googled Sam Witwer's Sith code, it would probably come up.
Yeah, we clipped that moment out and posted it outside of the whole hours-long stream if you guys want to check that out.
I'm done with my bag if you wanted to build something.
My Spice Girls?
You've got the Spice Girls, you've got a taxi.
A taxi?
You can build whatever you want.
I want to build a Spice Girl.
Okay. Which one?
I'm starting with my favorite.
Which is?
You don't know?
Sporty?
No. Really?
I don't know.
You think my favorite
Posh?
is Sporty Spice? Oh, man.
Scary?
Yes.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
All right.
She's my favorite Spice Girl. I can't believe you don't know that.
Okay.
Shows how much you know. Some husband you are.
Tirabibe says stinky spice. Farty spice?
Farty Spice. If there was a Farty Spice. Sure. You know. Shush, 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 shush. No.
Hilo. What are you barking at?
Quiet.
Miranda here, thank you for the super chat. Happy Thursday. Do you think Lucasfilm operates where the creators have their ideas and then later in development, Pablo Hidalgo says, Maul's already been done and you can't use him?
I don't think Pablo says anything like that, ever.
Yeah. I think probably first of all, no idea how things are developed over there. I would assume creators have their ideas.
I think the technical term is willy-nilly. Oops.
Creators have their ideas. They pitch stories. In a lot of cases, I think you probably have to look in the instructions and find out which bag is which.
Oh, I'll know.
Or maybe you'll know from...
It's this one.
Okay. What was I saying? So, like, for the books, a lot of times, I think Delilah Dawson said that, like, she was approached to write the Phasma novel, and I think that she then pitched her ideas for it. But in publishing's case, unless it's like the High Republic, where they got a bunch of writers and said, you guys do what you want. For movies and series, I imagine that's different. Wow, make more noise.
Now you know how I feel. Now you know how I feel.
For series and movies...
This is just ASMR.
Then I think...
Oh!
Yeah, it serves you right. You just lost Scary's part of her hair.
Nuh-uh. I caught it,
Okay.
I think. Yep.
I think then it's probably like they pitch an idea and then they would workshop it with maybe someone like Dave Filoni to figure it out. Like, I don't think they're going to get too far into development only to be like, Maul's already been killed or whatever. Like, maybe you're talking about the story that came out last week.
I mean...
about Maul potentially being an Obi-Wan, and then they had to do a massive rewrite because they decided not to, which Lucasfilm employees were like, none of this happened.
If you're gonna pitch a new Star Wars story and you get something very wrong, canonically, like, I think they would just throw it out.
I mean, like, a pitch is just a pitch, and if someone says, I want to do this thing, they're not going to just go no to the idea because something contradicts. Instead, they would probably, if they like the idea, they would be like, yes, we like this, but let's find a way to make it work in the timeline and all that. So I don't think they're throwing out scripts because one little thing contradicts. I mean, The Rise of Skywalker, for example, they're doing stories and then they'll figure it out later. but if they're gonna contradict something in a big way, like Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi, which again, by all accounts, was not true. He was never going to be in that story. But I think they would just find a way to make it work as best they can. It's Shaggy time. Thank you for the super chat. How would you feel about Watto commits tax fraud, a Star Wars story? I'm shocked we haven't seen that in like a Star Wars Adventures comic yet. That feels like...
Or in a Lego short.
Yeah, that actually does feel exactly like something that would happen in a Lego short.
Yeah.
Or special. Which, are we getting one of those this year? I guess they usually announce them closer to their release, but we've had the Life Day Lego special and we had the Halloween special last year, so I guess I'm hopeful that they do another Lego special this year.
I'm sure they will. The holidays are always a good time to do them.
Yeah, and those have been really fun. Oh yeah, and we're getting a Marvel one, Terabibe says.
Oh, a Marvel Lego short?
I think so. Cool. Or wait, no, we're getting a Marvel holiday special that James Gunn wrote. Is that this year?
Everyone's got a holiday special now.
Yeah, Star Wars made it
Wow.
cool. Arbor Day with the Ewoks. Oh yeah. What's that Michael Giacchino? Theral reminded me. Michael Giacchino's doing
That's right.
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
I think that's a Marvel thing.
I think so? I can't remember.
I remember you telling me about that and being like, oh, Michael Giacchino's going to direct something cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fab, thank you for a super chat. The funny part is that $800 is worth only, quote, 3,900 Brazilian reais, which is way more reasonable. But anyways, they decided to almost triple that price.
Oof.
It's weird because the Falcon released here for 5K, which I guess is closer to the actual price. That's
Wow.
weird. I wonder if it's just like supply issues.
Maybe.
But that sucks.
It must just be a lot harder to get Legos to that area of the world.
I mean, there have been supply issues all over the place, so maybe whoever is in charge of that is like, let's just price gouge it, which is super crappy. If that's what they're doing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Werewolf by Night is a Marvel thing. Oh, and I guess it's a comic where Moon Knight first appeared. Cool. All right, that's fun.
Ooh. I just had an idea for
Ooh, that's interesting.
a crossplay Sailor Moon Knight.
There you go. That's a good cosplay.
I mean, when she transforms, when all the Sailor Scouts transform, they're like covered in ribbons.
Right. I mean, someone made that joke already with the trailer, didn't they?
Not to my knowledge. This is an original idea from me and me
No,
only.
hold on. I mean, I'm just saying someone, when Moon Knight transforms in a trailer, like the bandages, whatever they are,
yeah.
kind of like form around him.
But the cosplay, no one has ever thought of the cosplay until me just now.
I mean, no one told you about it, so it's an original idea still.
Oh,
And you should do it. You should do it at DragonCon.
I don't want to. I'm not.
I think that's a great idea.
I can't sew.
It's like, it would be all white, so that would make it a little easier.
True. Who out there can sew and wants to help me?
Dylan Stanway, thank you for your super chat. Hi guys, appreciate you tons. A question for you. Do you guys know if Dark Horse will release MOTP in trade paperback form? Also, how are you so awesome? I don't know.
How are we so awesome?
I don't have an answer for that.
I don't think we think we're awesome. So yeah,
we're just normal folk.
I mean, I'm awesome.
You're awesome. Oh, but
I
we're
know
not
I'm-
awesome.
I mean, I make you more awesome just by proxy,
I make you more awesome by proxy.
I guess.
Fine. We're fighting now. This is a fight. I'm trying to remember what MOTB stands for. M-O... If you can tell me what MOTB stands for, that would be helpful.
It's a comic?
I assume so.
Mother of the Bride.
Oh, Monster of Temple Peak. Okay, thank you, Dylan. Yes, that
Not
does
Mother
help.
of the Bride, okay. What is that?
It was the High Republic. It was going to be a graphic novel, and then they turned it into a 4-part. Yeah, that's weird that they did that, and now they're...
Where have they been? Is it in the magazines?
No, it's out. They released
Oh.
it on Comixology. They just turned it into a 4-issue thing. It was supposed to be like a just graphic novel they released, and then they made it 4 issues instead.
That's weird.
So yeah, it is weird. And now IDW isn't doing Star Wars comics anymore, and they're going over to Dark Horse. So yeah, I figure Dark Horse will probably release it. I hope someone releases it as it was originally meant to be seen and read. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, it's not unheard of. Like, I think Marvel put out the Son of Dathomir trade paperback after Dark Horse originally published it.
I don't really know.
It's not even available on Comixology anymore? Huh. I'll have to check to see if I even have mine still. That's weird. Then yeah, I can't imagine they're gonna just drop that completely. Geoflores, thanks for the super chat. Always going to start off by saying that you guys are amazing and I love your content. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Alex, are you going to get the new Jedi Fallen Order lightsaber? Also, Molly, we need Dark Ray's saber too. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, they've never done a double-bladed lightsaber, have they? Did they do Maul's? They may have done Maul's.
Who? Who's they?
Oh, Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, I don't think they've done Mauls.
They may have done half of his. I can't remember. But yeah, that would be interesting if they did Ray's.
Man, I would love that. Someone earlier asked what my background character, my favorite background character is, like you with Biggs. Mm-hmm. I don't really have a good favorite background character, but I think Dark Ray is my favorite, just like smaller character that should have gotten more.
I think that counts.
Does it count?
It's an alternate version.
The Dark Ray all day, every day.
But Griff says that the Fallen Order one comes with a double blade adapter in case you want to buy 2 of them, and then you can join the hilts.
Ooh.
That's pretty sick.
That's cool.
Oh, and they did the double bladed temple guard. Okay. And yeah, okay, so that seems to be the thing. Jane says that Maul's was there, and you have to buy 2 of them to make a double blade. Okay.
Sneaky.
So they've done that before. Yeah, I would really, really like to get the Fallen Order lightsaber. I think we're planning... we're going to be in Orlando in June, so we're going to run over to Disney World and spend a day or 2 there.
Can you take this off, this piece?
I
don't know how to use the remover.
Give me the remover. There should be one right in front of you.
Oh,
well, you may have buried it in bags. Do you need just this piece or all of this off?
Just that 4 block piece. Thank you.
Welcome. So yeah, hopefully it'll be in stock when we go over there. I don't remember when they said it was going to come out, but hopefully by June there are plenty.
I just want to build another lightsaber.
Oh yeah,
At Savvy's.
We have to build one more because we've got 3 of the 4 themes that you can build. So the next time we go, I'll let you build a High Republic lightsaber.
Yay!
Well, it's not specifically a High Republic lightsaber, but that's what I'm.
You've been twice, and I've only been once.
Sorry. MJ Allied, thank you for the super chat. Just says, will you show me the other end of the AT-AT Lego set?
The butthole
we
end?
have to censor it. Like we censor Pippin's butthole. There it is.
This just became an R-rated stream.
Jeff Nicholas, thank you for your question and super chat. Do you improvise with Lego or just build the sets and stage them? In my adulthood, I've mostly just built the sets and put them up. I haven't really gone wild with Lego and just built whatever I want.
Which
since
goes to my theory that we should be gluing these together.
No.
But Alex is all like, oh.
That's what the bad guy does in the Lego movie.
So
I feel like this is leaning a lot now.
Until you take one of these sets apart and build something completely original from it, I will keep arguing that we should be gluing these sets together. You remember what happened to the Falcon when you tried to put it on the stand?
Yeah, it fell apart, and I put it back together. I got it. It's fine now. It's all fine here now.
What if we ever have to move it?
We're not moving, ever. We can't.
Alright.
If we ever have to move, you are holding that the whole trip.
You want me to hold it?
And if it falls, I guess you could drive and I could hold it. I don't know which would be better.
I'll hold it, and we'll have a third party there to film me holding it and what I might do with it.
Never mind. You're in another car.
I'm just saying that so I don't have to help. Haha.
Gambit, thank you for the super chat. Love the channel. Fun fact, I'm typing this while I poop. Congratulations. I hope it's going well in there for you.
Godspeed, rebels.
We salute you. We know most everyone here is watching while they're in the bathroom, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone's watching YouTube live. They're like on the toilet.
They get there and they're like, "Oh God, what do I do now that I'm here?" Is anyone live on YouTube?
How cool would a Game of Thrones style ascendancy show be? The Chiss families are fascinating, and I don't need Thrawn. Oh, and I don't need Thrawn for it to be engaging. Yeah, the ascendancy families are really fun, and I like the way that Timothy Zahn has used them to still tell very Star Wars stories and follow like George Lucas's own thematic thoughts, watching all these families squabble over things that don't matter, which again is very much Game of Thrones, where they're just worried about their own power and becoming one of the ruling 9 families, or climbing the ranks of the ruling 9, or being part of the minor 40, or like whatever. It's
the minor 40.
Yeah, it's so convoluted. But I feel like he spells it out in a good way. And yes, it feels very Game of Thrones. Like, there are bigger things to worry about, everybody. So just get your stuff together.
Get your ish together.
Get your ish together. Put it all in a backpack. And get over yourselves. But yeah, I agree. Because the unknown regions, literally anything could be out there to cause a threat.
I just gotta say, I really like how Lego has done the hair for Scary Spice. Like, I think it was people talking about black hair in video games and how they really need to do better. I think Lego is doing really good stuff with black hair. I don't know. It just looks cool, and I am glad that they made it look different.
I think I understand. I don't know what Scary Spice looks like.
Well,
I don't know which of them is which.
All right.
Mr. Shu, thank you for your super chat. Do you guys play any Star Wars board games? I would love to see you guys paint some Legion miniatures.
Ooh.
I'm not a big minis painter. I have a lot of friends who are very into painting.
You have
minis.
friends who are very much into Warhammer.
Yes.
So much so that they're all getting like super into 3D printing now and all that stuff. So, have you ever painted a miniature?
No.
I don't think I have either.
I've painted a model before.
And I'm not against it, but I just have never had a reason to.
But we have played. I've played Star Wars Rebellion. I've played Imperial Assault. There was a time where our friends were very into the X-Wing game, and I still have my X-Wing minis around here somewhere. I liked that. I feel like those are the big ones that we've played. Imperial Assault's a lot of fun. But I think Rebellion is the one I enjoyed the most. It takes a long time, but it feels good when you win on either side. Like, I won as the Rebellion. That felt pretty awesome. And it did feel like a tough fight the entire time. Like, it feels like you're being overwhelmed. But when you play as the Empire, it also doesn't feel like a sure thing. I don't know. The way that they've set the game up to make the Rebels feel like underdogs, even though it's still balanced fairly well, I think is good.
I might need a potty break before I finish this.
Joel Davis, thank you for the super chat and the question. Do you think Shadow of the Sith has a chance to make people appreciate all the stuff with Exegol and the Sith Eternal more? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Anytime you can rope in Luke and Anakin
and Lando
in a sequel trilogy idea, people will probably be a little bit more on board with it, but I have to pee.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what the expanded universe has always done. I always get bugged when people are like, oh, they're writing a book to make the movies make sense. And I'm like, yeah, they've always done that, buddy. They've been doing that since the original trilogy. But yeah, like, I always liked Exegol. The Rise of Skywalker is not my favorite Star Wars movie by a long shot, but I think Exegol is sick. I think it's super cool. The Sith Eternal, I think, just needs some clarification on exactly what they are, give us some context. So I'm excited to learn more about that. I think that will make me appreciate the Sith Eternal more. But yeah, hopefully a lot of people feel that way. So the people that complain about the books, like I was just saying, it's like they weren't going to read the book anyway. So who cares? Tufab, thank you for another very generous super chat. Thank you. I'll continue with my Clone Wars rewatch. Recommend y'all in the chat do the same with the audiovisual stuff before Kenobi. Have a good night, y'all, and Galaxy's Edge's Maul Saber can also be turned into a double-bladed if you buy two. Well, enjoy the Clone Wars, Tufab. Hope you have fun. I hope LEGO prices go down for you, because that sucks. And Joel Davis, thank you for another super chat. Would you want the Sith Eternal to be something set up by Palpatine or something that existed before even he became Dark Lord? Oh, that's interesting. I guess in my head, I haven't thought about the Sith Eternal much. But I guess in my head I was like, yeah, I guess Palpatine set up this cult on Exegol. But the name Sith Eternal implies that it could be a lot more. So I like that idea. I like that it was always there. I think it would be cool if it was just, these Sith acolytes that are on Exegol and they're stuck there and they're just going to keep on living that Sith life until a Sith Lord comes home. But honestly, I'm fine either way. I think both make sense. Yeah, Geo, the Sith Eternal sounds like it could have been started by Revan. Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I'm back.
I was just checking on your progress.
I'm moving along.
I like that they each got their own instruction booklet.
Yeah, they each have their own book.
Cool. Kieran Spores, do you think Thrawn could be helping the Emperor post Return of the Jedi? Maybe. I don't...
The Thrawn? Thrawn isn't super impressed by the Emperor, is he?
They're both basically using each other, I think. I don't know that Thrawn would be all that keen on the Emperor returning. Mm-hmm. I think he likes the Empire. I think Thrawn likes the order that it produces and the defense that it could provide the Chiss ascendancy. I don't think he necessarily is on board with the Emperor. He straight up didn't like the idea of the Death Star. So I don't know that Thrawn wants to help the Emperor come back, but I do think he wants the Empire.
Yeah. Thrawn appreciates order in a world of disorder.
Yeah, in a galaxy of disorder. Especially in the unknown regions, which they literally call the chaos. Honestly, that's a great point, is that someone who comes from a place called the chaos would value order a lot more. Joel Davis, thank you for another super chat. I have my own little hope that the labs on Exegol were set up by Plagueis. I think that could certainly be true. I mean, it's definitely all Palpatine's contingency that he clone his body and pass his spirit on and all that stuff.
I'm sure Plagueis knew about Exegol.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he even vacationed there.
I like the idea that the two of them, Palpatine and Plagueis, were attempting to figure out how to gain eternal life, and then, Sidious killed him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that idea.
Palpatine just came along and took all of Plagueis's hard plans and work for Exegol, probably.
That sounds like a Palpatine thing to do. Laserbolt wants to know if you were watching someone stream when you went to the bathroom.
No, I did not. Because I didn't poop. If I was pooping, that'd be different.
Jeff Nicholas, thank you for the super chat. Says, probably can't say too much, but will y'all be competing in the Schmodown this season?
I have no idea.
Yeah, same. I think so. But we haven't heard anything about any matches, so...
I don't know what their plans are for Star Wars this year. It's still very early in the season.
Yeah.
But I know Christian has a plan for Star Wars, and he hasn't quite revealed it to many people yet. So,
including us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I assume I will be competing. Hopefully they have something at Celebration. That would be convenient, but no clue. No immediate plans or revelations to be had. Mm-hmm. But I definitely want my belt back, so...
Well, yeah. We're down to a bunch of little pieces now.
Geo asks if there's any content set after episode 9 yet.
The Lego movie.
The Lego,
Lego holiday special.
the Lego holiday special and the Lego Terrifying Tales, which are dubious canon-wise, but they are set after episode 9.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to put out anything super concrete.
I think they're going to take their time and figure out what they want to do.
They're keeping it very lighthearted.
Yeah. JC, thank you for the super chat. Says, can't have the belt if Molly's already wearing it.
Ooh, that's true.
All right, well, as long as one of us has it, as long as it's in our house. I mean, I'd prefer I have it, but as long as it's nearby and I can touch it whenever I want.
If it's mine, you will never touch it.
What?
It'll be in a glass case that only I have the key to.
I'll break in. I'll heist it.
Nope. I'll have alarms set up everywhere. It'll be like a Mission Impossible situation if you want to get to it.
Oh, Jim Mears says that Christian said yesterday on Sith Council that their Schmodown panel for Celebration was denied. Oh, I hope they do a Schmodown offsite during Celebration. Okay, I did know that, but I didn't know if Christian had said
yeah,
that.
he did say publicly that their stuff got denied for Celebration, so I don't know what the plan is.
Hopefully they still do something.
I don't think there's a plan for a live event outside the convention, but they might do one now that they didn't get approved for the panel.
If they do something close by, then we could probably run over there, but if it's too far, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get to. We'll see.
Do you want to finish that, or are you hungry?
I'm not super... I had my salmon leftovers for lunch at like 3:30, but
okay.
I'm getting there.
That's fine.
Do you want me to finish?
If you want to finish, I was just giving you the option, because I can heat up leftovers too for dinner.
Well, then what will I have for dinner?
I don't know. You just said you weren't hungry.
I mean, I will be eventually.
There are lots of leftovers downstairs.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had all that chicken stuff.
Yeah.
But we still have a lot of chicken to cook.
That's your fault.
I think we're filming at 9.
POV?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll probably just end up eating leftovers.
Okay. Dylan Stanway wants to know what our favorite episode of Visions is, or are. Episodes.
Ninth Jedi.
Same. Ninth Jedi was sick. I really, really liked it. I do like Ronin a lot, too. Or The Duel, I guess it was called.
Mm-hmm. I liked Ninth Jedi.
I liked
the Bride one
most
was
of
good,
them.
too. What was that one?
The Village Bride.
The Village Bride, yeah.
What was 5? I know there was The Duel, Tatooine Rhapsody,
TOB.
TOB one.
One was
I wasn't
cute.
crazy about that one. It was cute, but Ninth Jedi, The Duel, La Pinocho, I liked. I feel like Akakiri is the only one that I walked away from like, no. But that was like, what, 1 out of 9, so that worked out.
Mm-hmm.
The Elder, I like The Elder. Oh, 3 was the twins, that's right.
Ooh, I did like that one. I just liked the concept of it a lot.
That one was bonkers. Zach Bodewin, I hope I said your name right, but I agree. Tatooine Rhapsody was better than it gets credit for, I think. I mean, it was very chibi, and the music I didn't think was the best, but I liked the story.
Yeah. We got chibi Boba Fett.
Yeah.
which was adorable.
We did. I think I need to check and see. I know they were running Village Bride ads to get it nominated for an Oscar. I didn't hear anything about it getting nominated, so I guess that didn't happen.
Aw, that sucks.
But I haven't checked. But I think they were trying to get it nominated for Best Animated Short.
Well, that's the Academy's loss.
Jiho asks, how was the First Order able to complete Starkiller Base in the 30 years between the Empire's fall and the New Republic's fall? Was Luke not interested at all in getting Kyber for his new students? Well, Luke went to Ilum and saw that it was under construction at one point. So we know that Starkiller Base began construction shortly after the Clone Wars, because we see it in Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
So Luke went there. I don't know that Luke knew what Ilum was for, that it was for Kyber crystals and the gathering and all that, but I would assume he just never went back. And he found his Kyber crystals elsewhere.
Yeah. There could be other planets and locations to get Kyber, too, that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of places to get Kyber. It's not just Ilum or Jeddah or... There's Kyber crystals all over the place. Jim Mears says that his daughter Kaylee is cuddled up next to him and wanted to say hi to you, Molly.
Hi.
And she hopes to give you a big hug at Celebration.
Oh, I am accepting hugs. What was her name?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. Hi, Kaylee. I'm so excited for Celebration. I'm going to keep saying it. And even like when we're on our way there, when we get there, I'm going to be like, I can't believe we're here.
It doesn't feel like it's, 2 months and 1 day away.
And I'll cry when we have to leave when it's over.
Joel Davis, thank you for another super chat. If you could expand on Snoke, would you make him a full puppet of Palpatine, or would he be his own person with free will, even if he's an experiment? I guess I like... I don't know, it's so confusing. I think I like that he has free will to a degree. Like, I don't want him to literally be like a meat puppet marionette thing. Mm-hmm. But just someone that Palpatine, like, instilled a very specific set of orders and desires for. I think that's what I would want.
Yeah, it's just another interesting testament to the dark side to be like, Palpatine made Snoke with the dark side. Like, that's the only reason why he exists. And that's nuts. Like, we'd have to... If Anakin was made with the light side, with Shmi, is he like the opposite of Snoke in that way? Was he made with all of the Force or just the light side?
I mean, I think the Force made Anakin, so like the cosmic Force, which would be both the light and the dark. Snoke was like forced into being.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't created in the same way.
Oh yeah, dark science and Sith magic and all that stuff.
He wasn't created like that. It's not like the dark side made Snoke.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Palpatine, I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. Maybe we'll find out.
The dark side wasn't like, you know what we need? A giant man with a scary face.
Giant scary man in gold robes.
In gold robes and fancy shoes. We'll give him a big old ship.
Laserbolt asks if Celebration is going to be an Anaheim exclusively from now on. I doubt it. I mean, I think they'll definitely go back to Orlando. I think that they like the idea of moving it around where people can go to Galaxy's Edge on the same weekend.
I think they might stick with Anaheim and Orlando from now on.
I hope they don't. I don't think they will. I think that's just going to be kind of in regular circulation.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Disney side of things, they're going to want them in those two places and those two places only, but hopefully that's not the case.
I mean, they have always had Disneyland and Disney World in the same place. They could have been making that decision.
Yeah, but they didn't have Star Wars lands in them.
I know. I think that maybe they'll hopefully do like an every other year thing, or an every other convention where we'll go to Anaheim, then we'll go somewhere else, and then we'll go to Orlando, then we'll go somewhere else, then back to Anaheim. Something like that, I think, would work. Dylan says, Canadian dates for Celebration. Do it. Yeah, they haven't done I think London 2016 was the last international one. I'd love an excuse to go overseas for Celebration. I'm like, I guess we have to go, don't we? Will Celebration Atlanta ever happen? I kind of doubt it.
Oh, but we thought maybe it was going to happen a while ago. Didn't we?
Someone said that they had heard whispers, and then that didn't happen, so.
But Atlanta does have a lot of good convention space.
Yeah.
So if anyone's watching out there from Reed Pop or Disney.
But it's so close to Orlando, then I figure then they might as well just do Orlando. So I feel like our proximity to Florida makes it less likely.
I'm almost done.
You're doing great.
Yeah, we're gonna film our POV Q&A for this month tonight, and that's always a good time. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just gonna keep editing our April Fool's video after I eat. Jim Muir, what city in the U.S. besides Atlanta would you like Celebration to take place that you haven't been to so you can explore it?
In the U.S.?
Uh-huh.
I mean...
But that we haven't been to before.
Yeah, I was going to say, though, I mean, we went to Chicago, but we didn't really get to explore the city of Chicago. So, I'd like to go back to Chicago to just explore the city. I don't know, maybe, Salt Lake City, or...
Yeah, we've never been there. Seattle. I've never been to Seattle.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. I haven't either.
Every other city I can think of, I'm like, well, I have technically been there.
Or, somewhere around Vegas, because we've been to Vegas, but only on the Strip.
Reno. Star Wars Celebration Reno.
Yeah.
Michael Clace, thank you for the super chat. Did you make Star Wars Minute before or after the new trilogy material? Where do you think your YouTube channel would be if Disney didn't buy Star Wars?
They have little tiny microphones. Oh, it's so cute.
I made the channel when Disney had already bought Star Wars. So I started putting out content in 2015, the year The Force Awakens was going to come out. So I don't think I would have made the channel if I didn't know that more Star Wars stuff was on the way.
Yeah.
Or at least it wouldn't be what it is today. Because, like, I did start it with all those kind of studying videos for trivia, but I don't think it would have... I definitely don't think it would have grown the way it did without renewed interest, I suppose.
Ta-da!
You did it.
Scary Spice is on the AT-AT.
Put on a little concert.
Yeah, this can be their location for their new concert.
We finished another bag of the AT-AT, and Molly made a Spice Girl.
One of a couple.
6? Are there 6 of them?
There's 5. If there were a 6th Spice Girl, what would it be, in your opinion?
I mean, Stinky Spice sounded pretty good. But that'll wrap up today's stream. We've been going for a good 2 hours, and you have another stream in 1 hour, so...
It's not a stream, we're just recording.
Oh, you have a recording in an hour. Never mind. I was going to plug your stream, but... Well, either way, I'm hungry.
Okay.
I want to go eat.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for hanging out and chatting with us. We will be back streaming tomorrow. Oh, Lindsey Brown says nerdy spice. I like that. Radioactive spice. So we will be back tomorrow to stream some more Fallen Order, and just let Molly keep plugging away. You're making some good progress.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow's a big streaming day for me because we're gonna do that, and then afterwards it's happy hour.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a little pregame with Fallen Order, so that'll be fun. So see you all tomorrow, and may the Force be with you.